Welcome to Outlaw Edge Blade Works. So what I wanted to show you today is a buddy of mine threw this away, and I said, hey, I grabbed that piece of metal out of your metal pile, out of the scrap pile, and he said, yeah, that's cool. And he was glad that I had a use for it. And this is a surface plate table, and a lot of machinists use these, and this is something that I use all the time, and I was really tickled to get this. And this is actually on top of my welding table, and this sucker is really heavy. I put it up here by myself, but I think it's about probably 250 pounds or so. I mean, because it's, it'll whoop you trying to get this thing up on the table. It's really heavy, but it's just solid cast iron. And then this right here is a perfect level, plumb square table that's in front of you. And it's nice because you can do, when you're making panels or whatever, you can use this to beat on and pound on and whatever, and it doesn't mar it all up or mess it up and whatever. And then I use 1, 2, 3 blocks all the time, which is another video I'll do one of these days. And these are not 1, 2, 3 blocks. These are something that I just made jigs for doing certain tooling and whatever. And it's nice because this surface plate table is 90 degrees to the surface that you're working with. So if you take a square, and this is just a cheap Harbor Freight square or whatever, but if you have a machinist square, you can see that off the top of this table it's exactly 90 degrees if you have a 1, 2, 3 block right here. And it's just super nice when you're doing layout. And another thing that I like about it is when you're marking something, you can take your pen, and for instance, if you had a piece of metal right here, a piece of sheet metal, you can take your pen and use that 3-inch off the top of the block and mark it at 3-inch, flip it, you've got 2-inch, flip it, and you've got 1-inch. And you've got those nice straight clean lines that you can use as a reference line off the top of this table. And because this is perfectly level, like my welding table is really level and nice. When I built it, I did a really good job on it, and it's only 1/4 inch, so it does flex, it does move. And I have a vise right here, and I'm always beating on that vise and moving it around and whatever. And you can't get away from that. But this cast iron table here, and what this was, had a drill press here and another style drill press here, and we unbolted those, and he didn't have a use for the plate, so I went over to the junk pile and snatched it out of the junk pile, and was just really tickled about that. But I do so much layout, it's super nice to have something like this where you can have something to go off of and have a reference point, where you can get a nice clean 90 degrees off of. And I have other blocks that are 45 and 30 and 32 and whatever, all these different angles, and you can get that nice clean angle off the top of this table. And because it's cast iron, it's nice, you can weld on top of it and whatever, and it cleans up really super easy. I wipe it down all the time with lacquer thinner or acetone or whatever, and it has that nice smooth finish on it. So when you're, even when you're doing paperwork, I kind of use this as my little desk when I'm drawing out schematics or pictures or whatever I'm doing. If I'm laying something out, I'll do it on top of this table. But anyways, I had to share that with you guys. I figured you'd like that. I know there's a lot of machinists out there that, if they found something like this in the junkyard or the garbage, they'd be tickled. I went on eBay and was looking at it, and they were about $375 for a table that was real close to this, almost the same size. But that just, that right there shows you that one man's junk's another man's treasure. Anyways, thanks for watching.